Hello, good morning friends. Today we can discuss in this video is DC to DC converter. Before starting this technical topics, I give myself introduce myself Professor R.B. Vagasia, EC and Electrical Department, Dr. Subhas Technical Campus. In this video, we can discuss about these following points. First one is the introduction of the DC to DC converter. Second one is the features, then elementary principles, classification of DC to DC converter, working principle of DC to DC converter, and then last one is application of DC to DC converters. Dear my friends, DC to DC converter, that means we can applying the input signal is DC and we are also getting the output signal is DC. So that what is the one question is that what is the difference between input and output? Both are the DC. Input DC is fixed DC, but output DC is the variable DC. So that DC to DC converter, that is also known as a chopper, and chopper is the static device that convert the fixed DC input voltage to a variable DC voltage directly, right? So is it clear? What is the basic function of DC to DC converter? Basically it is a static device and that convert the fixed DC input into variable DC output. So the DC equivalent of a AC transformer has its behave in identical manners. More efficient than AC transformer as they involve in one stage conversion. They offer smooth control, high efficiency, fast response and regeneration. A chopper can be act as either step up or a step down DC device. If output voltage is more than input voltage, so that device is known as a step up device. If output voltage is less than in input device, so that the DC device is known as a step down device. Chopper can be operate in either continuous or a continuous current conduction mode. Chopper can be built with an or a without electrical isolation. They find in so many applications in trolley car, marine horse, forklifts, trunk and mine holes, right? And so many other application that DC to DC converter is must be needed. Because of that, each and every case we are getting the fixed DC output, but in some device we can require the variable DC output. So we need the conversion of fixed DC input voltage into variable DC output. Now that elementary principle of DC to DC converter. What is the elementary principle of DC to DC converter? High speed on off semiconductor switch, that is a basically high conductor on off semiconductor switch. It is a connected to source to a load and disconnected load from the source at high speed. It is the most important parameter of the working principle of DC to DC converter, and continuously triggering on and triggering off at rapid switch speeds. That means that can be continuously switched from on period to off period and off period to again on period, right? By varying the on and off time of the SCR, the average voltage across the load can be varied. That is a major drawback of the SCR, and that can be removed by this converter. When in case of the SCR, we can vary the on and off time of the SCR. So average voltage across the load can be varied. Now the classification of DC to DC converter. Depending upon the direction of output current and voltage, DC to DC converter are classified in 5 different categories. First one is class A, that is our one quadrant operation. Second is class B, that is our again one quadrant operation. In class C, that is our 2 quadrant operation. Class D, 2 quadrant operation. Class E, that is our 4 quadrant operation. And based on the output voltage, DC to DC converter are classified in 3 different categories: step up converter, step down, and third one is the combine of step up and step down. Otherwise, step up is also known as a boost chopper, step down is also known as a buck chopper, and the combination of step up and step down, that is known as a buck and boost DC chopper. Now further classification of DC to DC converter, depending upon the power loss occur during the on and off of the switching device, the chopper are classified in two different categories, right? Hard switch converter and soft switch converter. In case of the hard switch converter, here the power loss is high. In hard switch converter, that is a hard switch converter, here the power loss is high during the switching on and off to on. As a result of then zero voltage and current on the power switch. In soft switch, it is also known as a resonant converter. In this type of chopper, the power loss is low at the time of switching as a result of zero voltage and or zero current on the switch. Now the DC to DC converter technology. There is a three basic characteristic of this converter technology. One is the linear regulator, second one is the switching regulator, and the third one is the charge pump. Now we can compare with the different parameter with this three category. First one is linear regulator, second one is the switching regulator, and third one is the charge pump. First parameter is the efficiency. Dear students, do you know about what is the efficiency? Efficiency is the nothing but it is a ratio of output to the input. In case of the linear regulator, that is efficiency is low, right? In case of the switching regulator, efficiency is high, and charge pump, that is efficiency is more than linear regulator but lower than switching regulator. Now EMI noise, again in case of the linear regulator it is a low, in case of the switching regulator it is a high, and in charge pump that noise is in between a charge pump, that is a higher than linear regulator but lower than switching regulator. Noise is nothing but it is a unwanted signals. Now we can discuss about the third parameter, that is our output current. Output current in case of the linear regulator, that is our low to medium. In case of the switching regulator it is a low to high, and in case of the charge pump it is always low, right? Now the boost, that means a step up. In case of the linear regulator it is not possible, in case of the switching regulator it is possible, and charge pump it is also possible. Now fifth parameter, that is our step down. If the step down means if the output voltage is less than input voltage, right? So that DC to DC converter it is known as a step down, otherwise buck converter. So in case of the linear regulator, that is possible. In case of the switching regulator it is also possible. In case of the charge pump it is also possible. Now the solution of the size. Linear regulator is smaller, switching regulator is higher, and the charge pump is again that size is higher than linear regulator and lower than switching regulator. Now dear friends, now how that is a method of controlling. Method of controlling means how we control the DC to DC converters. Basically the DC to DC controlling, we can classify that two different method. First one is pulse width modulation, and second one is variable frequency control. The output DC voltage can be verified by following method. First one is constant frequency control, and second one is variable frequency control. In case of the constant frequency control, it is also known as a pulse width modulation control. In pulse width modulation control, the pulse width means that is known as a T1 of the output waveform is varied keeping by the chopping frequency f. So if we can increase vary the chopping frequency, then chopping period is constant, right? Therefore, the output voltage is varied by on the on time, and that is represented as a T on, and we can show that in also figure that output voltage waveform for T on period, right. So here we have to represent the T on period in case of the pulse. So then here is also that T on. So here the width of T on period is much more greater than T off period, right. So during this period we have to increase the T on period only, and that is the case we have to decrease the T off period, right. So in case of the pulse width modulation, the frequency is constant. Now that variable frequency control, in this method the chopping frequency f is varied keeping either T on or a T off is constant. We can vary the chopping frequency f, and either we can constant T on or a T off. This method is also known as a frequency modulation. Previous one, that is known as a pulse width modulation, that is known as a frequency modulation, right. So that in waveform we have to see in that is our total time period T, right. And in case of the, that is either we can increase the T on period or a T off period. So here we have to constant the T on period, right. So T on is the constant, both the case T on is constant, and we can, here is the T off, here is the T off. So we have to reduce the T off, total time period will be difference, right, in case of the variable frequency controls, right. So in frequency modulation, to obtain a full output voltage, the range of frequency has to be varied over a wide range. This method is produce a harmonic in output, and for a large T off the load current may be discontinuous. So that is the two waveform. In first is pulse width control and second one is variable frequency control, right. So that is the pulse width control. We have to now clear about this waveform. That is the total time period will be constant, so we can increase the T on period. And in case of the variable frequency control, either we can increase or decrease the T on or a T off period, right. So here we have to decrease the T off period, and we have to maintain the constant is T on period in both the case, right. Now the principle of DC to DC converter operation. A switch is connected in series with a DC voltage source and load, right, and switch can be power transistor, either it is a SCR or a GTO. The ideal switch will offer a zero resistance in on period and infinite resistance in off period, and instantaneous switching, that means no lagging period that can be occur during the switching. The switch can be turned on and turned off with the help of triggering circuit and commutating circuit respectively. So switch can be either it is a turn on or a turn off, and that can be depending by the triggering circuit and commutating circuit. It can be turn on or a turn off as a desired at a very high frequency, right. Either it is a turn on or a turn off at high frequency. During the T on period, the chopper is on condition and load voltage equal to the source voltage Vs. Now switch, we know that either it can be work as a on period or a closed period, right. So if the switch can be goes into the on period, right, so that load voltage is equal to the source voltage. During the T off period, chopper is off condition, dear students, so that load current flow through the freewheeling diode FD. As a result, the load terminal are short circuited by freewheeling diode, right. So that load terminal are short circuited by the freewheeling diode, thus the load voltage is 0 during the T off period. In this manner, a chopper DC voltage is produced across the load terminal from the T equal to T on plus T off, that is the equation. Total time we will be considering the T on plus T off. It is clear that the load voltage depend on two factors, the supply voltage and the duty cycle of the choppers. Since the supply voltage is constant and load voltage is generated by the duty cycle of the chopper. In other words, the load voltage is depend on the two factors. First one is T on and second one is T off. So that it is concluded that the average load voltage can be controlled by varying the value of T on and T off by the following two ways. First one, the varying the T on and keeping the period the time T is constant. This is called as a constant frequency system. Variable frequency system, keeping the either T on is constant and varying the T off, or keeping the T off is constant and varying the T on. So that equation of V out equal to the T on divided by the T on plus T off into Vs. So that T on plus T off, that is known as a total time T. So that we are getting the equation T on divided by T into Vs. If we can considering the T on by T is duty cycle, that can be represented as a alpha. So that alpha into Vs, where alpha is the duty cycle and duty cycle equal to T on by T, and the T is the total time T on plus T off, where 1 upon T, that can be represented as a frequency, and that frequency is known as a chopper frequency. Is it clear, dear my students? So that is considering the different principle of DCs, the representation of DC chopper circuit during the different phase. Here we have to consider the freewheeling diodes, second one is the switch, right, and that is we have to applying the supply voltage Vs. Here is also supply voltage applying the Vs. So according to that condition, that switch can be goes into the either closed switch or a open switch, right. So that one is the second one is that is a diode is also goes into the either open switch or a closed switch, that is a depend on the connection of power supply. If we can applying the forward bias conditions, so that can be work as a closed switch. If that can be connected as a reverse bias connection, so that can be work as a open switch. So here we have to represent as a open switch, and here we have to represent as a closed switch, right. So that is a different phase of the different condition, and that is a circuit diagram of basic DC chopper circuit. Here we can applying the input voltage Vi, and here we are getting the output voltage V0, right. So that is our switch, and that switch is either open condition or a closed condition, and depending on the open and closed condition, we are getting the T on and T off period, and T on and T off. By using a T on and T off, either we can use the two different method, frequency modulation or a pulse width modulation, for the generation of output conversions. So that is a basic principle of the DC to converters. Now the application of this converter, DC to DC converter, regulated switch mode power supply, DC motor drive, electrical automobiles and telecommunication equipments. That is the basic application of the circuits. Thank you dear students.